Welcome back to the adventures of being murdered by a Kraken simulator. We are Lord Gallard of Weeping Town, but by that I mean we're currently on a quest to Valyria. So last episode we met Markello, who offered to sell us a map, which apparently will lead to a location in Valyria of some Valyrian steel. Now, as we sort of discussed this a little bit last episode, I managed to set things up, got all the pieces into place to inherit a Valyrian steel sword anyway. So, our character's wife, Lady Isla, her brother was a minor lord with a Valyrian steel sword. Killed off her two brothers so that she is now the owner of that sword and his castle. And when she dies, our son's going to get that regardless. So I'd rather not get the Valyrian steel sword. Two is obviously not, I mean, it would be a weird thing to complain about having two Valyrian steel swords. But if we get the armor, then we are in a perfect situation with a Valyrian steel blade and Valyrian steel armor. Plus it's head and shoulders above any rivals we might have. The sea is calm and no dangers have been encountered, lulling us into a false sense of safety. This calm was broken when a huge Kraken attacked the ship. Though it was thought to be just a myth, this monstrous giant squid is very real. Pulled its tentacles around the ship, and I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going to arms. 90% chance it's slain. 10% chance of the Kraken devouring the longship. Okay. Oh, I think... Is that good? Yeah, that is good. Right. The Kraken... I saw this and I was like, oh god, we failed. The Kraken pulls many men into the sea and to their deaths, but our attacks managed to free the ship from its grasp and scare it off. So Markello was the old man that sold us a map. The Assassin Valyrian man and supposedly knows where there is some Valyrian steel kicking around. Valyria, by the way. Thank the Storm God. 50 prestige will be known as the Kraken Slayer. One of three options will happen. 5% chance we gain maimed and severely injured. Ugh. 10% chance we gain wounded and 85% chance of no effect. Honestly, even if we gain wounded, I'm fine with that. It's a 95% chance we walk away from this fairly unhindered. Well, we're now known as the Kraken Slayer. Did we get anything else? Nothing. We're good. Okay, nothing to worry about then. I think... Was that it? Was that the whole event? I guess we'll find out in a second, huh? Hey, there we go. The ship has navigated the smoking sea intact with not too many losses and finally makes land on the broken Valyrian mainland. The land starts with sheer cliffs and the land and the land and the land, for the love of God. We must scale up directly no matter what the danger, or it may take longer, but we must scout a safe way up. If we do that one, Markello's a little less happy about things. I don't know why. 45% chance the cliffs is scaled safely. I want to be as safe as possible with this whole event chain, to be honest with you. 45% chance Markello intervenes. 10% chance a calamity befalls you both. 4% chance, but it does piss him off. Now, from playing this sort of event chain previously, I know that we have to try and keep him as happy as possible. Otherwise, there's a chance it might betray us. I know it's a little bit inside baseball, but we are going to go for this one. Just to keep him happy. It's a low chance anyway. You thought you're making good progress up the cliffs. That is until the rock... Oh, God. Shit, are we dead? Right below you, crumble beneath your feet. Luckily, Markello managed to stick out an arm and grab you, preventing you from falling to your death. Together, you reached the top cliff. Thank God for that. Thank you for saving me. So we did hit that 45% there, then. Oh, I also cannot stand Lord Michael, by the way. He clearly takes every opportunity to insult and berate me. And apparently, he's also has the Palantir / is possessed by the Dark Lord Sauron himself. So this is what I was talking about. Either last episode or the episode before that. With their new sort of, how to describe it, like auras around characters, almost kind of like an overlay. So this represents rival, and then of course on our wife we've got like this purple mist, which represents love, I guess. That's what purple mist reminds me of. Alright, clearly we hate him. I hate him. So this is the guy, I believe, that tried to assassinate us or have us killed, or, I mean, it's the same thing. What was it he did? Poison our wine, I believe? Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Now, it just occurred to me that we have very, very little gold, and there's not really much we can do about that. So I said let's take the business focus and debase the mints. It's been pointed out to me in the comment section on yesterday's video that actually debasing the mints in the Game of Thrones mod is based on your monthly income. We've seen this before. So it's very, very underpowered. It's still not too terrible, but for us it's not ideal. I mean, is some cash better than no cash? Well, you've got to sum up whether or not that's almost worth more than taking something like rulership and getting something along those lines. What we really need is greedy. We need greedy, ambitious, ruthless, whatever else. Maybe we'll get it from this event chain. I'm not entirely sure. We might get ambitious from this, I guess. After many days of travelling on the arrow straight Valyrian roads, we've finally arrived in old Valyria. You walk on in an awed silence as you survey the ruins of the long-dead city of Wonderment. To this day, no one knows what caused the doom. Most say it was a natural cataclysm, a catastrophic explosion caused by the eruption of all 14 flames. A handful of maesters hold that Valyria used spells to tame the 14 flames for thousands of years. So basically, they dug too greedily and too deeply, right? There were 14 volcanoes that they, like, tamed to I don't really know why they would tame it, but obviously, maybe just to live in the area. Seems a little odd, anyway. They couldn't sustain it, and everything blew up. And there's a really good, like, in-game universe theory, like a real expanded universe shit, that the slaves that escaped from Valyria and set up Bravos and the Free Cities, that they use their magic, the Faceless Gods magic, specifically to blow up Valyria, is the theory behind that. After exploring the ruins of the city, we have located the palace marked on the old man's map. The palace is one of the grandest in the city, cascading many feet into the air and adorned with Valyrian sphinxes made of fused black stone. Remarkably, it seems mostly intact. You and Markello enter the palace to seek out its treasure. So in the book version of Valyria, there are no stone men or anything like that. There might be some people with grayscale, but the stone men capital in the books is the Sorrows, which is in Volantis. It's like... Well, it's just north of Volantis, this one here specifically. So, that's where the Stonemen live. So, unlike in the show where Tyrion and Jorah went through Valyria and got attacked by Stonemen immediately, don't think that's really the case in the book so much. Here, we shall find our prizes. But there's supposedly, like, dragons and wyverns and all sorts of shit there. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Wild dragon appears. The map leads you down far beneath the palace through a system of tunnels and corridors. Finally, come to a dark cavern. A cavern so large the ceiling cannot be seen amidst the gloom. A great mountain of gold, silver, and other treasures are here, but you also notice an orange glow shrouding the top of this pile. The dragon is dozing on the pile of gold. It appears maimed and misshapen, but still formidable in its own right. No doubt guarding the treasure from intruders. It's maimed. It's ugly. Right, okay. Taming chance ×2. Okay, this character has a face that brings a tear to the eye, apparently, sure. Could we tame this? It's got 32 martial. Man. A dragon is still a dragon at the end of the day. I will make it mine. We must kill the wild beast. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to kill it, are we? We've killed a Kraken. Now we've got to kill a dragon too. I think the chance of taming it... So if we go into a duel with it, there is a chance we could kill it. But if we try and tame it, there's a chance it will just straight up eat us. Because we're letting our guard down, essentially. What's the chance of this succeeding is the real question. We've got nothing that adds to dragon taming. We've got authoritative that gives 100% dragon taming chance. We've got... Oh, anything else at all here? I'm going to assume not. Oh, quick gives another 50%. So between authoritative and quick, we've got plus 150% chance. And this dragon has half chance anyway. Or we get ×2 from the dragon being maimed. Oh, God. Gonna be honest. Wasn't expecting... You've successfully tamed Heartfire. The world is mine. Lord Galad the Kraken Slayer gains the trait Dragon Rider. Holy shit. You've managed to bend the dragon to your own will, and it's taken you for its rider and its master. Therefore, you've also come into possession of the treasure it was guarding, a treasure that includes a marvelous Valyrian steel sword. The quest has been a success, and now it's time to return home. Gain 500 gold, the quest ends, adds Valyrian steel sword to the treasury of Lord Galad the Kraken Slayer. Wow. What are we going to name the Valyrian steel sword? I feel like we need something that alludes to Krakens and dragons. You know what? I'm going to open this up to the comment section. Whatever is the highest upvoted suggestion on this video, I'll go for that one. Because you guys can definitely come up... If it was left to me, it would be like, what? Oh, heavy rain sword or some shit like that. So I'll leave it up to you guys to come up with something pretty interesting. I like either Kraken or Dragon. I'm not really sure either which we'll go for. We'll just call it Valyrian Steel Sword for now. We can rename it whenever the hell we want. Just from the artifact menu. They've actually got a really nice artifact management system in this. And there we go. Lord Galad the Kraken Slayer fulfilled the ambition to obtain Valyrian Steel. I was not expecting at all that we'd be able to get a dragon in this playthrough. Like, genuinely not even remotely. But hey, that's very, very cool. House Durrandon was destroyed by, you know, Dragon Lords, so it seems only appropriate that dragons will bring them back. I feel in Game of Thrones, there's always goddamn dragons, huh? Groom and heir. Do we want to do that? When our child reaches 12 years old, we may choose to right-click their portrait and introduce them to the realm. I'm not sure I want to do that with Earthquake Durrandon. I actually want to do that with Monsoon. Monsoon is diligent, he's quick, he's idolizer, which becomes, as we said, erudite or zealous, and then we've also got, or frail, but ideally he's erudite and zealous. And Curious can become shrewd, so I don't know if I've talked about this time around, but we found out yesterday, someone in Discord messaged me saying, like, hey, you can get, are you sure that you can get shrewd and genius or shrewd and quick? I thought that you couldn't get shrewd or genius or shrewd and quick. It turns out the shrewd and quick is possible, but not shrewd and genius. As this kid is only quick anyway, we might as well embrace him on as our full-blown heir. Can we get rid of you? No. Can we send him to the gods of the Temple of R'hllor? We have to have both Galad and Earthquake and relatives. Wait, what? So one of these must be true. We have to have greater or equal to than 5 children. We do have that. We do not have 2 children sent to the temples. That's true. The character must not be us. Understandable. Oh, character is not Earthquake Durrandon. Why? Both Galad and Earthquake and relatives belong to a bloodline endorsed by the papacy. Excuse me? That doesn't seem right at all. One of these must be true. Why do we not have that? Surely all of those are true. Character must not be Earthquake Durrandon. That seems a bit odd. Oh, he's not the current heir. How can we get rid of this kid? Are we still away on adventure or something? Maybe when we get home, we used to have the option to kidnap him. When you kidnap him, you can just choose to get rid of them, but there's a guarantee. Oh, there's basically a chance that people can find out instantly from that, rather than the obviously usual event whereby you have lots of different outcomes. It's either they find out you killed him, or you don't. Or they don't. So we'll come back from our mission and we'll see if that is possible to take him out there. So getting Dragon Rider is going to make people like us more, right? Vassal opinion plus 10, martial plus force. It's going to make our vassals like us, which is pointless because we don't have any goddamn vassals. That's very, very awesome. After a long journey with many adventures along the way, you finally arrived at home in Weeping Town. I am the greatest. Galad the Kraken Slayer, Galad the Dragon Rider with his friend Markello, our courtier, who's coming to join us now personally in court. One thing I always like to do with these guys, because that's one of my favorite things about the Game of Thrones world, is these cool little adventures you go on. I would love to raise this guy to nobility. I think he deserves it. It's 20 gold. Let's give him a house. Let's give him a coat of arms. Let's raise him to nobility. If it wasn't for Markello Valane, I don't know how you say that, we wouldn't have a dragon, we wouldn't have a Lord Valyrian steel sword, and we wouldn't have killed a Kraken. You also deserve a marriage immediately, with preferably someone who could give you an heir. I'd like to see House Valan, the oldest allies of House Durrandon there, live on. Give one of my daughters. That seems a little odd. You know what? As a gift, a kind gift for everything that you've done for us, you know, that's a way of forming allies, right? Giving him a daughter to marry. So that seems to make the most sense. Monsoon is being educated by us. Okay, he's going to be so good. I've all my faith in this kid. So the question is, can we kill Earthquake? We can kidnap him, like I said. Okay, that's excellent. So if we can kidnap him, we can quietly get rid of him. And again, there is a chance that you can be just immediately caught by doing this. And of course, if we're found out, we'll become a kinslayer, and then everybody will hate us even more than they already do. So what do we need to employ? Was it a new priest? New court physician. So we need to send for a maester. Wait, what? But we have no maester in our court already? Maybe they're sending one? There we go, okay. Oh, I remember. He went to the Citadel, didn't he, to go and study. There we go. He's on a silver link for his chain. So, if you don't know about the maesters in the Game of Thrones world, when they've studied a subject and basically passed their finals, they get to forge a link on their chain. The larger the chain and the more varied the links and things like that shows the more skilled they are. So he got a silver link, which means that he has upgraded their learning. What does that show? They've acquired enough knowledge about medicine. So there we go. So we basically went off and studied medicine for a bit. Our master is fairly well skilled. But of course, you can actually join the society yourself and I believe start forging a chain, which would be kind of fun. How do we join them? We have to be erudite. Oh, no, we've already got that. All of the following must be 2. Domain size must be 1. Cool. We have to be a scholar, astronomer, cartographer, traveler, linguist. I've never actually joined the Citadel. I believe you can only get up to novice or acolyte. I believe after that point, you have to be only unlanded characters can become maesters and archmaesters. Can we do this then? So how would we do that? Well, first things first, we'd switch over to scholarship focus. Try and become like an astronomer or something and join the Citadel. And then maybe we could even write magnum opus. I'm not sure. Maybe you can go this high. I don't think so. I don't think you can get past the first rank. But it might be fun to see if we can personally forge a chain. That'd be very fun. Jeffrey Tyrell has had a lance. So what's happening with House Tyrell there? Nothing. Not a lot. He's 22 and he's basically on death's door. Of course, you've got Aegon the 6th, the usurper of the Iron Throne with his 2 sons there. Aerion of the Iron Throne. And then we've also got who's attractive apparently. And Valerion. Valerion, would you say? He's quick. So it looks like they're going to stick around. It looks like Targaryens on the Iron Throne might be a more permanent thing here. That's kind of cool as well. I like this sort of world that we've got set up for us. My dear Lord, I've learned that... my dear Lord, I've learned that there are certain factions within the Brown Work to undermine your rule. Do we send a message to Lord Aemon? Oh no, we're going to tell him to... if you are involved in plans to become so a trust, better not risk it. Oh, so that's our liege. Sorry, okay. So we could say... better not risk it, improves his opinion of us. I think that's probably not a bad idea. Now, I'd like to keep this guy on side a little bit more. We sent him 27 gold to get an opinion of 70 with him. Oh, shit. Oh, because we're Grey Eminence, of course. Gregarious and all of that stuff. So that affects how much our gifts are worth. Of course, right, cool. Now, what we want to do is keep fabricating claims, which I assume we still are. Oh, did we get a new Justicia? Markello, our Justicia, would be a lot better for this. Let's get Tudbury Hall. Because this guy hates us anyway. What better way to deal with House Tudbury than to take their ancestral homeland there, Tudbury Hall, for ourselves? That seems like it'd be very, very fun. Okay. When that guy's done screaming... fatality. When that guy's done screaming, we've got 40% chance of successfully kidnapping our son. Now, that's just kidnapping him without being found out. That does not include the chance of us killing him and getting away with it as well. That is risky. Holy shit. Anybody else want to join? We could get a much higher plot power. I'm going to say not yet. This is too risky. We become friends with Monsoon Durrandon, the kid that we want to succeed us, so that seems fairly appropriate. Let's go and send out some bribes to all of our other council members here, or at least some of our council members, and we'll see if we can't increase the chance of success with this a little bit more, because that's very risky. If you find out kinslaying is the worst thing you can do in the Game of Thrones world, look at Tyrion, for example. When he was born, his mother died during childbirth, and he was branded as a kinslayer essentially all his life. That's why Tywin hated him and refused to give him his ancestral titles and all that crap. Good, I cannot buy by recklessness. Earthquake gains 1 intrigue and 1 patience. Or gains patience, I should say. I mean, this kid might end up being a good intrigue character, to be honest with you. He's obviously got deceitful there, patience is good as well. Brooding is necessary for the intrigue education. Haughty is terrible. Haughty might be bad, but proud. Ruthless. Oh, it can become ruthless. Shit. Now, the reason why Ruthless is so good, for those of you who didn't see last episode, that means we could essentially declare war. We can declare border disputes whenever the hell we want if we have the Ruthless. I don't know what we can't right now. Valley Caster's Bell. I thought we were allowed to do that. It'd have to be outside of our realm. Am I going insane? I'm not sure. We were able to border dispute last time, but it required being ruthless, ambitious, or greedy, which is why we took the business focus to try and get that. Anyway, Lord Michael has sent sycophants to torment me once more. I know exactly what he's trying to do. We ignore it. Our opinion of him is decreased, or we say we get a -40. I mean, I don't know why the AI would ever try and antagonize. The whole point of... Oh, God. Shit. Well, never mind. Oh, he's given it to House Clegane. Blue Grove has been given to House Clegane. They now live near us. For God's sake, Sandor died in personal combat. Killed in personal combat by Lord Paramount Harold of the Vale. Interesting, that's Harold Arryn. So Harold Arryn is Harold Harding, I believe. He's not actually a member of House Arryn, but he's like a cousin or something like that. So he comes from the same house, but he doesn't have the house name. He's clearly taken on his family's names there to make him a bit more legitimate. Why is Gregor Clegane now in the Stormlands? That's very generous. Swearing eternal fealty to House Baratheon. I'm not a big fan of that one at all. And he's now under Lord Adam of Rainwood. I can't remember what allowed us to declare war last time. Do we have like a particular focus, perhaps? I don't know. Maybe I should eat a little bit more. Sure, why the hell not? It can't be a bad thing, right? Lose the trait kind. Maybe that's why? I don't know. I'll have to look at the potential, because potential determines what makes it show up, and then allow is what determines what allows you to do it, obviously. I'll have to throw out my old clothes. Gains the trait fat. Good. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter too much, does it? Personal combat skill -10, stretch opinion -10. It doesn't matter too much at all. Perhaps it's time I asked Lord Aemon to spend some time here. Of course, we're going to keep buttering up our liege here and see if we can't win him over a little bit. Gregarious. Oh, nice. Because of our high diplomacy, we can gain 15 opinion with him. We've really got our liege on side this time, huh? Plus 70 opinion. Okay, that's very good. That's going to keep us alive for a long time. Or maybe we were in a civil war last time, which is why we were able to do it. What about now? Still can't, huh? Not that it matters too much. Like I said, it's really not a big deal, because it's a long time before we... Oh, Dragon Conquest the Iron Throne. Don't mind if I do. No, it's a long time before we got to worry about that type of thing anyway, because we don't have the troops. So we'll just try and fabricate claims the old-fashioned way a little bit more. Stannis Baratheon is dead. Died of severe stress. Long live Stannis Baratheon. His son, Lord Stephen Baratheon. So that's named as Stannis' father. Stannis Roberts and Renly's father. He's apparently sturdy. Truly a member of House Baratheon there. 14 stewardship, that's about it. They've got plenty of kids. House Baratheon is definitely going to kick around as well. I like that a lot of the houses that normally that died out in, obviously, the Game of Thrones actual timeline, but also, you know, in the books and everything as well, but the houses that are kind of likely to go extinct in the game as well, because there are events that drive that, have stuck around. Like House Baratheon, 12 living members. You've got House Tyrell, which in the show is completely extinct at this stage. We've got 19 living members. House Martell, which of course went through their shit, have probably a bunch of living members, 16. What about the Starks? What are they doing? Eddard Stark is still alive, 63. No way is he the last surviving one of the original High Lords. He absolutely is. So of all the people that you'd expect, Sean Bean's character is the one that's lived the longest. Both him and Catelyn Stark are still alive. Rob died of an infected wound there. He was worshipping the Moon Singers, apparently, because of course he was. He must have been converted by his wife or something like that. So who's in line to Winterfell? Bran Stark, who's obviously not the... Oh, he is crippled, but he's not the three-eyed raven or anything like that. He's going to marry her. What, Jon Snow? What is he up to? Just called Jon Snow. He's just a member of... Yeah, he's a member of the Night's Watch still. It's really all he's got going for him. He's got Longclaw, but that's it. Very weird. Okay, then, let's carry on. This is a cool timeline, because houses have survived a lot more than they normally tend to do. We know what he's trying to do, of course. Okay, 40% chance of plots of success again. We've got still people on board. Oh, man. Oh, Wow, okay, that was not the pop-up I was expecting. I thought it was going to say, you failed in your plot, but no, apparently we managed to get a dragon egg, which is awesome. Hey, we actually got him. Okay. That's lucky. Earthquake has been delivered in a sack to an abandoned keep near Estamont. There he is at my mercy, and no one can hear his screams. We can kill him, and no one will find out who killed him. Probably because it's, you know, our son, and they were just random courtiers in on the plot. No one really cares that much. Dies quietly. At the age of 15, your son, Earthquake Durrandon, full stop. What does it say? Is Conan, no, it just says on. I guess he just disappeared. Does he deserve to be on? Well, we can't make ourselves seem suspicious, so of course we're going to go for the funeral here and invite all the court of Weeping Town. We will now play as Monsoon. The diligent, quick, brooding, curious. Brooding becomes just. That would be 10 out of 10. Shrewd and erudite as well. This would be erudite or zealous. I'll take either. This kid is definitely on track to becoming insane. Better than our current character. And then, of course, we've got to worry about what the hell we're going to do with the dragon. So what I will do is say, hey, Monsoon. Oh, man, I wanted to give him a dragon egg. But the issue is the AI has a habit of hatching the dragon egg even if they've got very little chance of succeeding with it. So I'm probably not going to do that for now. And instead, we'll wait until we get control. And he'll inherit the dragon egg no matter what. That's a good drowned man. Or a good storm priest or whatever. We'll wait until we are in control of the character. And then we'll go get some dragon lore. That's assuming we can't keep control of this dragon anyway. So I think we build a dragon pit. Which is normally something I don't like doing, because it stops the dragons growing as large. Now, you only need to lock a dragon in the dragon pit when you're close to dying. Stops them flying away when you die, and allows someone else to try and tame it in your family. So, we could do that. If not, they'll fly away to Dragonstone, because that's the closest volcano in Westeros. How much do we need for dragon pit? 875 gold. Are you joking? We're no longer in debt as well, which I didn't point out, which is obviously incredible. Spend lavishly on food. One evening, you were examining your dragon egg, and you're almost sure that it's emitting heat. There you go. So that's one of the events. So you need like 6 pieces of dragon lore or something like that to be able to successfully open your dragon egg. We looked at it sort of briefly in that last short series that we did before everything went a little bit glitchy, a little bit odd. You must perform at my feast, of course. I'll spend all the gold we can on this so we don't look too suspicious here. And then, of course, a nice feast is always good for keeping things happy. Lose the trait just. Sorry? After having been insulted and being the butt of jokes too long, my patience at the court jester has run out. One last joke and I don't know what to do. We could put Earthquake Durrandon in prison. Shouldn't let it... Oh, I guess just a faceless court jester, because obviously we don't have a court jester. Designate a region. Everybody likes us quite a lot anyway, huh? Maybe we should just put someone that we trust? What about, like, Tsunami or our Maester? Maester seems like a better idea. Bodyguard, Arthur will do. Captain of the Household Guard, Arthur will do. Master of the Horse will have Gowan, our Master at Arms, to keep him around a little bit. Cupbearer, Harbert will do. He's a priest. He seems trustworthy. So what else have we got going on? So we need to make sure that our Master at Arms is training children, which he is. Not really much we can do about that, unfortunately. He will either train the children or not. Like, I don't think we can because we don't have any formal combat training. We don't at all. That's a real shame because we're missing out on that whole aspect of personal combat and martial game that you get from doing that. But it doesn't matter too much because we're not really playing in a situation where we're going to be at war quite a lot anyway. As long as the Master is surfing court, or the Maester, there is a chance that the child can also gain random traits as well. There's a 10% chance yearly of him gaining traits, 5% chance of him losing traits and stats, so that's okay. It's worth the coin. 30 prestige, that's well spoken. Thank you. I haven't ever met a more fascinating person. We became friends with Mathos. Is my random courtier there? Oh, man. Oh, is he like our priest? He should be. Oh, is he not Stormguard? He is Stormguard. Why can't we make you priest? Does he have to be a specific rank then, perhaps? No, because he's better than him. Is he something else? Just my courtier? Huh. There we go. Friends and family, the departed as well as the notable Lords of the Ram arrive at the keep, and so it is done. Earthquake Durrandon on the 15th, 5th moon, 83, 26, age 15. He was a man with little likes or dislikes who just lived each day as it came, as well as being most fair to look upon. Holding a funeral will be removed from Lord Gallard, the Kraken Slayer. Wow. Dr. Marsh's idea is 5 gold, absolutely sure. Why the hell not, huh? Now, we can command our Household Guard. I don't think we can really do with them much right now, though, can we? Or is it command Household Guard? Force my will, improve my levies, defend Weeping Town, lose 40 gold. Oh, because we're at war, we have the option to improve our defenses, our garrisons, that type of thing. And force my will. Nah, nothing's really worth doing. It's too expensive. We haven't really got very much money right now, either. There must be a way to earn Lord Aemon's trust. I'll ask him. Not that we really need to, because he likes us a lot anyway. He said no. He already likes us by 71, so I think that's... I don't think we really need to worry about him too much. Maybe we should start working on some of the other lords in the realm and making sure they like us a little bit too. We can't sway him because he's not an adult. What about the Lord of Rathrock? Try and make a lot of allies in the sort of coming few months here. Sister, it has dysentery. Oh, sorry, daughter. Let's try and marry her off to someone matrilineally. Who have we got? Jerry on the priest. That would do. Why not? Personally praise him for a job well done. Good work, Maester. And here we go. This is the important thing. What quality of education would you like to purchase for your son, Monsoon Durrandon? So, we are going to go for what type of education? I'm thinking stewardship, just because we need somebody to build our realm up so that we can actually go to war eventually. Could also go diplomacy, and our character's a good diplomat, so keeping diplomacy high would be good because it'll stop us being assassinated, seeing as we are a foreign ruler. Well, an infidel ruler might be the best way to say it. Yeah, I'm going to go with diplomacy just because I feel like we've got the most success chance with that one. Of course, we'll spend the 40 gold to give him the most education possible there. So learning affects education quite heavily in the Game of Thrones mod. We're also at a tournament. The first days of jousting and Lord Byron's tourney is complete. Perhaps I can place a bet. We're not falling for that one again. Can we not just wait until... How unfortunate. Can we not just wait until the last few rounds? Brienne of Tarth. Can we not place a bet on Brienne? Large bet. I've got a good feeling about this team. Even though it's got us into debt. Fought well. She truly deserves it. Brienne of Tarth is declared the winner of the tournament. Win, 52 gold. That was not worth it. We got 12 gold back. Absolute waste of time. Well, 12 gold profit, obviously. After much food, blackberry wine, jousting combat, Lord Byron Buckler's tournament has ended. Byron Buckler is an incredible name. It's the type of shitty name I'd give my guy Mountain Blade or something like that, huh? Alright, so Mace Tyrell's... This will be Mace Tyrell. So there's his... That's Mace Tyrell's mother. So this is Mace Tyrell's nephew is taking control of the Reach. Paramount Raymond Tyrell. Now, that's probably another reason why a lot of them are retaining their house arms there. So, oh, no, that was a matrilineal marriage, so I don't know why he had to do that. He already was House Tyrell. Right? Yeah, no, he would have been, because his mother's a Tyrell, and she's married off matrilineally. So I don't know why he chose to do that. But that's going to be another reason why these houses stick around for long. They're allowed to adopt the arms, the coat of arms of their ancestors, if they are within... There are certain rules to it. But as long as they are a relative, and as long as they control their ancestral kingdom and have the bloodline, blah, 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 then they can adopt on their coat of arms. So now he's a Tyrell as well, even though I think he was from birth, but that's just going to be a bit odd. Sure, poachers will be eliminated. What can we get from that? Death by hanging, gain 10 prestige. Sure. The septum is going to be informed. He's probably not going to be too happy about that one, huh? I did my best. What do you mean, cruel and cruel? That was apparently just. Cannon Tully died a natural death. Eddard Stark, 64. I can't believe of all the characters to live as long as they have, Eddard was one of them. It's absolutely insane. He's got a Weirwood Spear there. That's very cool. And he's got a Valyrian Steel Dagger. How many members of House Stark are alive? 8 living members. Man, that's going to be, House Stark are not doing too well, huh? Lady Arya married Ronell Bolton. Huh. And is that, what, Ramsay's younger brother? Weird. I must say, there must be a way to earn Lord Goodwin's trust. Perhaps the best way to do it is with talking to him. We'll ask him about his faith. Come on, win him over. Disgraceful. That's like a -5, isn't it? Or he's not too bothered, apparently. Foreign religion, blood of the Storm King. Yeah, it's going to take a while to back our plot to fabricate evidence of Lord Michael's treason. Well, clearly we did something right there, because we're now in his good books. Absolutely fabricate treason on this guy. Oh, man, it's a shame not more people are willing to join that, because getting rid of him would be incredible. We're obviously trying to fabricate claims on his capital anyway, so getting rid of that dude would be awesome. Now, what happened to Markello? He was married to Tsunami. They're still married. They're still married. They haven't had any kids, though, unsurprisingly, so I very much doubt it's ever going to happen. House Verlaine might die right here, right now. It's a shame, though, because he's obviously a very, very cool character that led to basically everything happening in this episode. What quality of education would you like to purchase for Splash Durrandon? Oh my god, he's a good diplomat too, huh? Well, you are a good backup kid, so I think we're going to educate you personally. Oh, we've got to also introduce Heir to Realm as well, don't forget. So we want us to educate Splash and Send, there we go. And then we want to go to Monsoon, and we want to introduce Heir to Realm. Why can't we do that? Has greater... Oh, because we don't have enough vassals. Right, of course. It's so rare that I play this small around, this small account. When the guests arrive... What? Are we already introducing him to the realm? We're going crazy? I don't know. This child clearly has the potential against diplomacy. Look at this kid. Holy shit. Gain Gregarious, gain 1 diplomacy. He's already got Gregarious, so can we just... Oh, he gains 1 diplomacy no matter what, or we can say no. Why would you ever say that? I guess if it's a child that you've maybe got a prisoner, like you're a child of your enemy or something, clearly has potential. This kid definitely has potential. Gregarious, diligent, that type of thing. Barbary Dustin, thank you. What a waste of time. Fashionable, too. Spouse opinion, attractive opinion. He's going to win a lot of people over, I think. If we just can get Justin Erudite now, this character's going to be incredibly good. Speaking of Erudite, I want to get into the Citadel, sort of see what we can do with that. So we're going to go for the scholarship focus. We're going to build an observatory the second we can afford it, which is going to be quite a long time. Yeah, it is the flat 50 there. So it's going to be a while before we can afford to do anything like that. Man, I need a good way to make money in this. Normally it would be debasing the mint, obviously. I think we're just going to have to focus a little bit more on tax buildings. Oh, come on. Great. That bastard. Rathrock actually fabricated a claim on my title. Go for it. You're more than welcome to try. 800 men versus 1,400, and you have to take a river crossing. Straight crossing. Go for it. Be my guest. Everything happened at once there. A daughter was born to Markello and Tsunami Durrandon named Reyes. Reyes Vallane, so our character's granddaughter, and she is Valyrian. Wow, okay. Thrift? What happened then? Died of complications related to gout on the day that his daughter was born. Are you kidding me? So she was born on the 27th of 12th moon, and he died 25th 12th moon, so 2 days before she was born. Wow, that's nuts. And that's what the scream was about. Apparently, Alaria Sand was killed. Okay, who really cares about that too much? There we go, granddaughter. Valyrian granddaughter. Do you want a dragon egg? I feel like she'd be the most suitable candidate for that. Hope she doesn't die. She's sickly, but she is now the head of House Baratheon, I guess. There's no one else. That's cool. We'll have to marry her off matrilineal and try and keep this house alive then, I guess. I'll mark her a special interest, and we'll keep her kicking around. Who's Goodwin Gower? Oh, because we're trying to sway him, right, and I'm automatically marked for special interest. Stefan Baratheon, Lord of Dragonstone. I'm going to untick you because you're obviously not really relevant. Same with Leonora Lannister. Jon Snow and Eddard Stark. So Jon Snow was a Black Brother, but is now in serving court in Duskendale. I don't know why. Is the wall gone? No, the wall is unified. Beyond the wall, the who is it? Otter Hornblower of Beyond the Wall. I don't recognize him. I think it's just a random wildling that's obviously cropped up and managed to unify some places there. Managed to grab... Was that kind of Beyond the Wall? Oh, it's the Gorge, right. It hasn't got everything, though, I see. So the Targaryens have moved actually beyond the wall there and grabbed some territory from them. That's why that looks so odd. Okay, fair enough, then. Good luck. How's he doing, anyway, Aegon the Usurper? Do people like him? No? Not massively. No, actually, a lot of the High Lords don't really like him at all. -1, -2 opinion, -6 opinion. The one that hates the most, the Lannisters aren't big fans. Failed to protect me, fired from council. It's all temporary modifiers, so it's not a permanent thing he has to worry about too much. Yeah, what about... So the Baratheons obviously don't like him, but that's because, you know, Baratheons have claims on the Iron Throne. No way, the dragon lost the main trait and got wounded instead. Oh, wow, it's actually healing up. This 155-year-old dragon is getting better. Wow. Monsoon Durrandon is becoming rude. Absolutely. Scold him for his behavior. Getting rude anyway. Well, that's bad, because that's a diplomacy negative. You shit. Uses very inappropriate language. So he's gregarious. He can talk his way around people, but he can also be a little bit rude as well. Guess he can talk himself out of the situations he gets him into, by that logic. You've begun construction of an observatory, because apparently we inherited some money somewhere from somebody I didn't even notice. That apparently happened a while ago. Might have been whoever it was in our realm dying. So what I'd really like is to hire someone who's not terrible. But as you can see here, we've got everything already set. If we go join court, yes. No one in the whole world wants to join us, probably because we're the only practitioner of the Storm God religion that worships us, essentially. Our justiciar is shit. Like 3 diplomacy. Have we got anyone better? It might even be worth educating some children to stack our council out. So maybe taking like... Oh, I mean, obviously Splash Durrandon is most likely... Ooh, he's shrewd. Might actually come out a good diplomat anyway, so we'll put him on the council, but... Man, this is a bad situation. That kid's actually going to come out a good diplomat no matter what. He's going to get at least 10 from his education plus shrewd. So he's going to be heads above what we've got already. And of course, he's terrible at fabricating claims. So until we get a good diplomat, we're basically stuck in the water here. Nice. And that's what I was complaining about last time, that he hadn't actually trained the son at all. He has become a poor fighter. Now, poor fighter is better than not being any fighter at all. So it's a little bit misleading. There he is. Monsoon. Question is, what's going to happen with Brooding and Idolizer, both of which have a very, very bad outcome. Our observatory is ready, so we can start studying the stars. Okay, Gregarious or Humble, 50% chance of each. You've got Gregarious, excellent. He's going to become a good diplomat. He also gained Poor Fighter. Wow, he might make for a good backup heir, depending on how Monsoon Durrandon comes out here. He's 15 years old, so I guess we'll find out in, what's it, 12th moon? Find out in a couple more months. We're husband and wife, what a need of love. All these years, and now you give up after everything's said and done. So she doesn't have... So her heir is still Monsoon as well. I just wanted to double check that. Awesome. We can give him Charitable. He gains 1 diplomacy and gets Charitable, which gives another 3 diplomacy on top. Holy shit. Or we can give him Greedy. Oh, man. Oh, man. So Greedy was the one that allowed us to push wars. What do I do now? Holy shit. Charity is for naive weaklings. He did get Greedy. That's not fantastic. We get extra attacks but less diplomacy, but it lets us push for wars. So it's okay. Honestly, it cancels itself out. How did the stars move? I guess we're going to come in Astronomer, which is possible in this. What did he get out of that? He actually got Just. Do you see that? It just happened just then. Just happened just then. Nice. And then, of course, we're either hopefully going to get Zealous or Erudite, both of which would be incredibly good. We lose the trait just. Our son's already got it, so we don't need to worry about that at all, which is... What did he get? What did he get? Well, he became a gruff diplomat, which is terrible. What did he get? He didn't get anything. He just lost it. He's got just... And maybe it turned into... I don't know. He's not a great character, actually. He came out a lot worse than I was expecting. Okay. I'm not so fussed about having you as my heir now, because you're not actually that fantastic after all. Got a war chest? I mean, that's pointless, because we're never, ever going to hit 300 gold, because I want us to be spending that money, obviously. Doctor Lifestyle? Why the hell not? I think when we become astronomer, it might fill that out anyway. Let's try and marry him off to somebody who's genius, because we need that in the family right now. That would be great. Range betrothal, see if there's anyone kicking around. What if we might have to buy someone to court? We might have to buy, like, a favor from someone. So let's see if we've got any genius women. Oh, did I set up a filter? I did. Good. Okay. Age. Attractive genius. She is 49, which is a real shame. Midas touched. Oh, Brilliant Steward doesn't give fertility bonus in this, which kind of sucks. What about Eldara? Father is a lord, so we can't invite her. Brother is a lord, so we can't invite her. Urena. Brother is a lord, can't invite her. Tyene. Tyene is nobody. She's a Roynar, she's lustful, she's greedy. Welcome aboard. Send her a gift. Buy a favor. Might have to send her an artifact. Man, that sucks. I don't think we've got any artifacts to send her, have we? We can send her a dragon whip, but I don't know if that actually gives her the dragon. Obviously, that would suck massively if it did. Try and sway her? I mean, she's not going to get married. She's just a random lady who lives near a ruin, so she's some completely randomer. Try and get diligent. Come on. You got cynical. God damn it. This character's had a bit of some ups and downs, huh? He's been good at some points and bad at others. Oh shit, this kid's actually going to come out better. He's genuinely going to come out better. Splash Durrandon. I named him so badly. Eddard Stark has got to such an old age now. Cancer? Rash? Is he immortal? I absolutely can't believe that Eddard Stark, out of all of the first generation of characters, I imagine literally everyone else is dead. This guy is alive and well. The assassins I sent failed miserably to the troublesome Justicia Lord Gallard with continues to work to fabricate claim my title. What a shocker. Wow. That's when he dies, it's gonna signal the end of that first generation of characters. Like I said, that's insane. Do we want the dragon to be playful? Dragon egg chance increase, taming chance decrease, personal combat down. Well, there's no other dragons in the world because Daenerys lost her dragon eggs. Put him in a bear pit. That'll teach him otherwise. That doesn't seem fair. We can try and give him obedient. Taming chance times 2. Personal combat skill plus 30. So when we die, it gives our children a higher chance of trying to tame the dragon. He lost wounded, but gained playful. I mean, that also gives him a taming chance, just lowers his personal combat. Personal combat, like I was saying, only affects other dragons when you have a dragon duel. And there are no other dragons in the world besides the dragon egg we've got. So, man, he's the last of the dragon riders. That's very, very cool. Thank you for watching. We're going to leave this episode here for today. We're going to carry on with our research. We're going to see if we can't get into the Citadel and see what things they can offer us. We have, of course, the which son to decide on is essentially going to be it. The shrewd, ambitious, gregarious kid who's going to have a high diplomacy no matter what, because this kid apparently only came out a gruff diplomat. Or do we go with the quick kid in the hopes that he inherits or that trait can be passed down? It's going to be difficult. Succession is going to be very hard, and of course we've got to deal with the dragon as well, escaping and giving out the dragon egg, and it's going to be a lot to comprehend when our character Gallard the Kraken Slayer, but a dragon couldn't kill him, and neither could a Kraken, so I have a good feeling about this guy. I don't think he's quite done yet. Thank you all for watching. Let's give a shout out to the insane top tier level patrons who made this series possible in the first place. A big thank you to Justin Wallace, Sarik, Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Baniel, Sudini, Conspired T, Crazy Pat, Crosis, Escape, Facunda Vasquez, Heydog, Jimbo, Josh Lindeen, Tesla, Michael Mullen, Necrophilin, Palvis Presley, Sean Thornton, Smirtworm, Tom Terror 18, Backwards Backers, Wolfsen, and Zazzy 7011 for the support of the TNT levels on Patreon. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for keeping the channel going. And the same thing goes to Gray, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Lorwan and Thomas, Asaro, Betimus Max, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Connie 2 and 7, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Zerka, Haji Damar, Hancock, Harry McGowan, Icy the Great, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Joran DeVries, John Holiday, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plott, Nathan Flores, Matthew, Nick, Panther Pearl, People with the Ethical Treatment of Animals, Serthal the Swede, Shari, Wolfie, Zico, Adam Person, Sidini, Fraser Brennan, Noah Gallimore, and the Insane Pickle 2. Thank you very much.